All right, so today we're going to do something a little different. We're going to dissect what separates a pretty good mortgage experience from a truly great one. We've dug through years of real client reviews to build, well, basically a blueprint of what a five-star lender really looks like. Let's dive in. For most of us, buying a home it's the biggest financial decision we will ever make. It's this moment of just pure excitement, right? But also, let's be real, it can be terrifying. And that whole experience can flip from a dream come true to an absolute nightmare in a heartbeat.
So what's the difference? Well, the data is pretty clear. The one person who can make or break that entire process is your mortgage lender. And they are so much more than just a paper pusher. When things get tough, they're the one who guides you through the storm.
I mean, this quote really says it all. The best lenders don't just manage the stress that's baked into the process, they actively eliminate it. So, how on earth do they pull that off? Well, it all starts with one single, all-important skill.
Okay, so the number one quality that came up again and again, communication. And I'm not just talking about answering emails. I mean mastering the art of keeping you in the loop, keeping you calm, and making you feel confident every single step of the way.
See, this isn't about getting a weekly update email. This is about radical availability. It's about answering that panicked call late on a Tuesday night when you think something's gone wrong. And why does that matter so much? Because in a market that moves at the speed of light, a day of silence can literally cost you the house. It's about being a lifeline in a sea of uncertainty. So here's the bottom line. Top-tier communication isn't some bonus feature. It's the bedrock of the whole experience. A great lender is always one step ahead of your questions. And when you do have one, they're there with an answer, instantly. But, communication is only half the battle.
Being a fantastic communicator isn't nearly enough if you can't actually navigate the, let's face it, minefield of modern finance. In today's really complex market, a great lender is also a master strategist, a financial expert who can find a path through pretty much any obstacle.
The reviews we looked at painted a picture of a lender who could handle anything thrown at them. We're talking your standard conventional loan, a government-backed FHA loan that helps first-time buyers get in the door, a VA loan for our veterans, or even a super complex jumbo loan for a high-value property. This lender had seen it all, and more importantly, they had closed it all. And that expertise isn't just about the loan products, it's about the people. You're a self-employed entrepreneur with an income that fluctuates like crazy? No problem. You're a military family trying to buy a home from halfway across the world while you're on deployment? They've got you covered. This is about applying deep knowledge to really unique human situations. Now this is where a true expert really earns their stripes. Another lender's mistake nearly torpedoed this family's dream of owning a home. But see, a great lender doesn't just manage the problems that pop up, they solve them. Here's how they do it. They don't panic. First, they diagnose the core problem. Then, they dig into their toolbox of creative solutions, the kinds of things others might miss, and they just find a way to make it work. They turn in your disaster into a done deal. That right there is what true competence under pressure looks like. Okay, let's talk about a group that needs a little extra TLC, the first-time homebuyer. For anyone stepping into this process for the very first time, the journey is just so much more daunting, and the right lender becomes more than just a lender. They basically become a lifeline. Emotional support? I mean, that's not a phrase you typically associate with a mortgage, is it? But for a first-time buyer on that crazy emotional roller coaster, it is everything. A great lender totally gets this and serves as more than a financial guide. They're a rock in the storm. And this is what empowerment looks like. A great lender takes the time, those long conversations, to turn confusion into confidence. They don't just process a loan, they educate. They transform a nervous first-timer into a savvy homeowner. And you know what? It all starts with that very first conversation, easing fears, answering every single question, and showing genuine respect. That's how you turn a complete stranger into a trusted partner for one of the biggest moments of their life. So, we've got communication, expertise, and guidance. It all sounds great, but does it actually deliver real, tangible results? Let's look at the hard numbers and see if the reality actually lives up to the hype. 96%. In an industry that can be notorious for last-minute financial surprises, that number it's just staggering. It's not just a statistic, it's proof of a lender who values transparency and, most importantly, delivers on their promises. And when we dig a little deeper, the numbers are even more impressive. Whether you're looking at the interest rate or the closing costs, over 95% of clients found the final numbers to be exactly as good as or even better than what they expected. That is the kind of consistency that builds unshakable trust. But here it is. This is the number that really truly matters most. In over 98% of cases, the loan closed on time. That means no last-minute extensions, no angry sellers, and no heartbroken buyers being told their dream is on hold. It means getting the keys to your new home right on schedule. That's the whole point, right? So what is the real anatomy of a five-star lender? It's this rare combination of heart and hustle. It's the empathy to calm a nervous first-time buyer and the expertise to solve a million-dollar problem. It's the patience to educate and the relentless drive to deliver results every time. So, I guess I'll just leave you with this question. When you're making the biggest financial decision of your life, are you looking for someone to just process the paperwork? Or are you looking for a real partner to help you build your future? The data suggests that choice makes all the difference in the world.